All right, this sentiment has been getting more popular. I made a video about this a while ago. All right, yeah. If y'all haven't been, I have like 20 something subscribers, and it is what it is. But I'm telling you, voting since its conception should have never been something that's private. I'll stand by that. Politics is not private. If you go to the voting booth and you vote, your decision affects everybody. So politics is not private. It's not something you should be able to hide behind a curtain or some or a brick wall or some shit. You should not be able to hide who you support. Because what you're doing is incentivizing. I don't know. I'm not saying that word. You're incentive. What that word? You know that word I'm trying to say. Okay. You're telling them it's okay to lie. You're telling them okay to spread misinformation. You're telling them it's okay to do all kind of atrocious shit and then run away from it. The sentiment is you should be able to identify MAGA. That's the thing. Okay? Think about this. I know I'm not a public speaker. If you can say to your friend or your neighbor or your family member, your lover, your wife or your husband, hey, you know what? Let's vote for let's use Jasmine Crockett here. All right? And you go, okay, let's vote for Jasmine Crockett. And when they go into the voting booth, they vote for, what's his name? Tellerico. All right? That's a lie. And then they can hide behind the fact that you can't just walk and just find a person's information just like that. You have to go and apply for this and apply for that before you can get that information. And a wife and a husband, it shouldn't be that complicated to just pick up the United States government voting app or the United States government voting website, type a person's name in, and it brings up their voting history. You meet somebody on the street. Again, I'm not sure if this is a thing. I don't know if you can go on the United States voting website and look it up. I'm not sure. I really hope it is just that simple. Just go there and just type person's name and address and get to see who they vote for. I hope it's that simple. But in this day and age, there should be an application on your phone. That's my point here. You should be able to just take your phone, scan a person's picture, take a picture of the person's face, and it brings up their voting history. It should be that simple. That's what I'm advocating here. Okay? You should not be able to just walk up to somebody, hey, I need to know, I want to know, blah, 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 blah. And then you can lie, oh, no, I voted for Harris, or I voted for this person, or I voted for that person. When the fact is, you know you didn't do that. The problem with democracy, and the problem will always be with democracy, too much fucking secrets. There's too much secrets in democracy, and that shit needs to change. People should not be able to hide when they vote anyway. If you say you're going to vote for Tim, Tom, Sari, Sue, Mayor, or whoever the hell you want to vote for, I should be able to just quick, fast, and in a hurry, pull out my phone, pull out my electronic device, pull out whatever, computer, whatever, and just put your name and information in and bring up who you vote for. Especially if I need to get to know you or you want to know me. I want to do business with you. I should be able to know who you support, who you donated to, why you donated to them. Because what if I don't want to do business with you? Knowing that you voted this entire, perfect example, you voted for Hitler. You support the Hitler movement. I don't want to do business with somebody like that. But I can't know. There's no easy way for me to tell. Again, I don't know if you can go to the website and just put it in. I just want to put that in there. I'm not sure if you can just do that. Put it in. But it should be that simple. I should be able to pull out my phone right on the spot, take the picture, pull out my phone, type the person's name in, and boom, all the information pop up. Who they voted for, why they voted for, when they voted for. Because voting has never been private. Voting has never been private. You may think it's private, but it's never been private. You vote behind a curtain, but that curtain vote affects everybody. And as y'all can see, The person in Timbuktu voted in a voting booth, and now there's a war in fucking Iran. Voting has never been private, so who you vote for should never be private. Too much fucking secrets and lies, man. We've got to stop incentivizing lies and misinformation. We've got to start nipping that shit in the bud. That's the absolute problem with democracy. Too much fucking secrets and lies. And we need to stop incentivizing them and shut that shit down now. Yes. Here's the part that I want you to really, really think about, okay? If a criminal commits a crime, right, for the rest of his life, he's marked. A public database. You can just go in there, put information in there, and that thing just pops right the fuck up, right? So if he has to walk around his whole life with the crime that he commits, and if someone was in the vicinity, didn't commit the crime, but did, was part of it and labeled as an associate, what the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness, I will blank. Associate to a crime. I'm just going to use that word. You know what word I'm talking about, okay? Accomplice to a crime. The accomplice, all right, to the crime, right? They also have to walk around with being an accomplice to a crime for the rest of their lives. Then why the fuck should you vote for genocide? Let me say this again. Why should it be okay for you to go into a voting booth, hide behind a curtain, vote for genocide, and then get to run away from it? Oh, I didn't do that. Like I said, voting should not be private. You should not be able to run away from the crimes you helped commit.